great marijuana. That is the purpose of this meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
Marijuana is referred to as Mary Jane, pot, weed, or tea.
That Michoacan, man, Acapulco Gold, man. I even smoke that tight stick.
We're smoking reefer.
The realest thing smoking on the internet. The Podheads Web Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's 4:20 on a Wednesday in March. You're in the Cypher with the Podheads. I'm your Commander-in-Chief, Frank the Tank, and as always, I'm hanging with my very best buds, JB Perez.
Boom, that's right. What's up, everybody? It's JB Perez in the Cypher with the Podheads at the Podheads Web Show on all social media platforms. Podheads JB on all social media platforms. Excited to be back. Another week of recording, baby. The Podheads are hustling. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as you can see, I'm flanked by more of my buds. Usually not in the Cypher, but of course, the main man C Money's gracing us with his presence.
Hey everybody, that's right. You're lucky enough, goddammit. It's cool to be here in the Cypher, here to smoke this fucking L with my boys too. It's great to be here, guys. Got a good episode as always.
And of course, the man behind the scenes, the gorilla glue that keeps us together, the mad scientist K-Strat.
Yeah, this is your boy K-Strat. Follow me on K-Strat B on Instagram. Remember, keep your tacos safe. Always share, follow, subscribe, tell your friends, uncles, brothers, sisters, everybody about us. You know, share it on Facebook. You know, get some viewers, and we'll share the love right back. But take it away, Frank.
Absolutely. Guys, it's going to be a great show. We're going to talk some fun stuff. Leaving Neverland, the big documentary about Michael Jackson coming out from HBO. Yes, sir. We're going to talk medical marijuana, being able to smoke here in Florida.
That's dope.
And we're also going to talk Disney's $71 billion acquisition of Fox. That plus more. Stay tuned here on the Podheads Web Show.
Yeah.
The Podheads Web Show presents Pioneers in Pot.
All right, you're back in the Cypher with the Podheads. It's your Commander-in-Chief, heavy on the Chief, Frank the Tank. Follow me on all social media at Podhead Frank. And don't forget to follow the Podheads everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, show some love. We'll show it right back. But we have a tradition here on the show, so before we get into it, shall we do this as we always do?
Yeah, buddy.
We shall.
And of course, you know, we smoke, we do our thing, and it's few and far between that we find ourselves all together in the Cypher. And so here we are, you know. We got C Money showing his blunt rolling skills. Hashtag car wash challenge, by the way. You ain't a true G until you roll a blunt in a car wash, during the car wash, and finish before it's up. I did it. Let's see if anybody, and if you can do it, if you do, tag us and hashtag car wash challenge. But yeah, we in here. Obviously, K-Strizzle, a.k.a. Dabbing Monkey, is doing what he does best.
Over there.
He dabs.
He was a firefighter.
And C Money over here doing what he does best, smoking a blunt that he just rolled. You know, I don't know what to do. I got people passing me shit on my left and right. JB, what are you smoking on?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm doing the dab just like K-Strat over there, except he's got a freaking industrial torch going on. I gotta hear myself talk. But yeah, I got the dab, the torch. That's the best way to smoke, I think. I think I found my new way, guys. It was always the green, then it was the blunts, then it was the bongs. And then now I'm a dab. I think I'm gonna switch to 10 later, but right now I'm a dabbing monkey, right, K-Strat?
That's right.
Dabbing, man.
Always got to keep it with the nectar collectors. I mean, I remember when I first found out about the nectar collector. I mean, before that, I had like, you know, the rig, and I had what was it, little vape pens, the little electronic ones. But then I was like, you know what? I researched it up and I figured out this is the best way to enjoy and make it quick, easy, done.
Exactly. So. No, and it's I got this material here. I don't know.
Silicone. Yeah, it makes it very convenient because you can, for the most part, smoke indoors. It doesn't leave a bad smell on your clothes. All you really got to worry about, or your breath, all you really have to worry about is some eye drops because it will get you fucked up. But like I said, I keep it a little old school. So of course, C Money humor me rolled up a nice little fatty here so we can do what we do. But yeah, I mean, what's everybody been up to? As you can see, C Money's here in town. Jay Bizzle, what's going on with you?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you follow the Podheads, you know that I too was in town with the Podheads. We were at a CBD convention this past weekend doing our thing. So I too was part of the Cypher there, but I had to come back and do my 9 to 5. So I am a little jealous. But as to your question, Frank, what I've been up to since I got home 3-4 days ago from the Cypher, I'm actually going to Ohio this weekend for, if you follow the podcast, you know that I do volunteer work at a high school. Well, they're going to Ohio for a competition. And I'm going to go there, support, do my thing with them, hopefully bring home some trophies. I put some pictures up of me going around, doing my thing in Ohio. If you guys don't know, I coach rifle spinning. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do you guys know that movie with the Damon Wayans? What's it called?
Wait, you?
Come on, guys.
Major Pain?
Major Pain.
I did. Spin it out.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
So they do some spinning. That's the only movie that I can think where they show rifle spinning as what it is that I do. So there's an example. So I'm going to Ohio to do the competition and hopefully we'll win. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. And yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Nice.
And
cool.
C Money, by the way, is dropping the ball.
Yeah, almost burned a hole in my balls, bro. That was so close. It fell angled against my crotch. Oh man.
Resting on the nuts.
Speaking about that, have you ever fell asleep with like the blunt in your mouth and then it falls on your chin? That happened to me one time.
Damn, bro.
I was on my couch just chilling, watching a movie, had the blunt right here.
You were almost a statistic, bro. You know how many people fall asleep smoking and kill themselves? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, I felt it on my chin. I was like, I'm out.
Don't do that.
Please don't. What you've been up to, K-Strat? Nearly dying?
Nearly died. This close.
Near-death experience.
Fine line.
Don't do that. Don't light yourself on fire.
Horrible. Yeah. Never again.
Anyway, moving forward, what's everybody been up to? I, myself, have been trying to take it easy, trying to enjoy my time away from one of my kids. I don't say that in a bad way. I love having my kids around, but they're on spring break, and so life, a lot of moms, single moms out there, dads, anybody, you guys know how it is having kids. It's very hectic, especially if you're involved in your kids' lives. So homework, cooking, cleaning, studying, just talking, spending time. Takes a lot. So I've been trying to be as productive as I can during this week, but I've also been enjoying being able to have some daddy time, some me time, have my chair to myself, a couple video games, smoke in the house. I like smoking in the house. It's a rare thing I get to do very often.
It's fun.
That's fun. The simple pleasures is what I'm all about, bro.
Yeah, I mean, kids, by the way, just because I know now that I have a kid too, man, that's a whole job. You know what I mean? You got your 9 to 5, and then you go to another job taking care of your kids and family. But totally can relate, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
C-Money's never having kids.
Nah.
Well, I mean, I got to spend a little time with my little thing that I got going on with my girl. We took a little girl. We went out to the fair. We did that at the beginning of the week, and then right before it ended. And then, of course, we also did what was it? Chuck E. Cheese. I'm saying Peter Piper because where I'm from, it's called Peter Piper Pizza. But I took the little girl, and I hadn't been there in so long. So I'm like, it's still tokens. No, the whole game has changed. You get the card, and surprisingly enough, they still do the tickets where the tickets come out. You kind of grab them. You have to go put in a machine and get a little ticket and whatever. But it was fun hanging out with the family.
I hate. How do you feel as a stepdad? How do you feel as a stepdad going to Chuck E. Cheese? Because I fucking hated bringing my kids to Chuck E. Cheese. There's
There
way
was
too many kids there whose parents don't watch them.
Don't
So you end up your kid getting either bullied or pushed or just something. You know, you're playing a game and some little snot-nosed kid comes up and he's like trying to get in on your fucking game. Oh my God, I hate Chuck E. Cheese.
It's so true. And that day was so packed. I mean, I'm talking. There's probably like maybe 120 people in that little space.
Oh.
It's the one right by International. So I mean, tourism is like up the yang in there.
Yeah.
And but yeah, you know, I guess they had like one. Now, before it used to be like 2-3 points or tokens, you know, to be able to play a game. Now it's just 1 point or 1 token per. So I bought like 120 credits, you know, for like $30, thinking, I'm gonna have a blast. Now I was just stuck there for like 2.5 hours trying to use them all up. It was fun though. I mean, you know, little girl had a blast, you know, but probably won't do it again.
Peter Piper is infinitely creepier.
Yeah,
And I don't trust. I had a girlfriend once where I asked if she wanted to go to the state fair in New Jersey, and she said, I don't trust rides that fold. And I thought about that, and I said, holy shit, you're right. Most of the rides fold and go on trucks. Like, and so ever since being an adult, I don't fucking trust them, and I don't trust the carnies that run them.
Yeah, I don't enjoy going to the carnival with my kids anymore because I'm terrified of the rides. They are creepy as fuck. You notice every rust, every little broken part. You're on the fucking Ferris wheel and just like holding on for dear life.
I mean, you got the fucking carny sitting there going, "Hey, if I can do more on a ride,
that's exactly
what happened."
And it was horrible.
A kid, there's nothing better than the fair.
It was awesome, bro. I remember going in high school. That was like the thing to do. You hooked up with a chick, you got around, or fucking cheated on a chick, or bought cotton candy for someone, and they're like, "Oh no!" Like, fuck yeah, great times.
I feel like
I remember as a child, it was the thing to do. Like after school, like I'm going to the fair, you know, go get the bracelet. What was it, like $20, $15 back in the day, and just ride them all up. I remember they used to have suicide night too, right before they actually set up the fair. So that way you have to sign the liability. It's free. You can ride any ride. But you sign the liability saying if anything does happen, you can't sue the place.
What does that mean?
Well, I guess it's the way that the carnivals used to test it back in the day.
Oh, hell no.
It was...
Hell yes.
Yeah, right? I'm free!
Hold on. You're telling me, JB, that if you had to sign a liability waiver, they say, all right, we just finished building the park. We just finished putting up everything. Sign this form that says you can't sue me. We test this shit out with you on it. You're okay with that. Just to go for free.
Yeah, I'm more than likely. If they got the millions of dollars and all the signatures they need to build a theme park, I trust them that their theme park's going to be safe. So I'm going to get in it and sign. I have too much faith in, like, cars and machines. I just put my legs up and just be like, take the wheel, Jesus.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, guys, I see the clock. Let's keep it moving. Yep. It's my time anyway for the best part of this show. The reason why everybody comes here, hopefully. #Weekend Weed. Gotta do my dance for the weekend weed. I don't know, guys. I don't know. The Weekend Weed is the segment where I bring you the best news of 420 and the marijuana and the cannabis and the CBD and the THC, anything 420. I'm going to find that news and bring it to you. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. The first news out of UConn, okay, the University of Connecticut. That's actually my neighbor, so I know this area, so it very intrigued me when I saw the headline. Here's the headline. The UConn economist. Okay, so they ran a study, a guy that knows his math and his money. And long story short, they did a study of the 3 states where it's legal, or the first 3 states that was legal. Okay, Washington, Oregon, and Colorado. They did a study in these 3 places and basically found out that in those states, cookie sales raised, ice cream sales went up, and chip sales went up. Across all 3 states, the trend was the same. So in these 3 states, all the chips, the ice cream, all the cookie prices went up. And, it kind of stigmatizes the potheads, right? That all they do is smoke and eat chips. But the news is that this is important for the economy. It's important for statistics. It's important for companies that use data to look into the future, right? So people use data from this year to do their money lines next year. Okay, that's what is important. So not only is money from weed in weed, but now you're affecting your community. You're affecting small businesses. You're affecting cookie industry. You're affecting chip industry. You're putting money into these industries. Okay, and that's the first news, guys. The first news of this week in weed is that they're legalizing. What am I talking about? That money's going up. That weed is causing chips, cookies, and ice cream to go up, to buy more. What do you guys think? Is that too stereotypical?
I believe, bro. I just got the feeling that it's an excuse. These companies have now an excuse to raise the prices on their things, so they do.
That they're raising. Not that they're. Well, maybe they're right. Supply and demand, right? The demand is up, so now maybe they raise the price.
Does it really have that much of an effect?
No, now I'm not saying that the prices went up. Is that people are buying more? Okay, and they're looking at percentages, small percentages, 5%, 6%. But when you're talking economy and you're talking about millions and millions and millions of dollars, 5% is a very big number. And again, these are just only 3 states, the initial 3 states that were legalized. There are other states now that are legalized. So this study, if they were to expand it, those percentages will go 10%. Who knows? Again, the news is that weed and their users put money back into the community, into all sorts of industries. And it just happens that it's chip, ice cream, and cookies. So put one up in the air for the buy.
Sure, that makes sense. Weed smokers are fueling the economy.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Thank you. All that bullshit I was saying just for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, Intimates.
Yeah. Almost like 70% are for it in the U.S. Is that around?
Well, over 50, I believe, have tried it. So times are changing.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's keep it moving, guys, because we got to get this on the. Gotta keep this moving, guys. The second headline in this week of weed comes out of Kansas. Kansas is still very illegal to have marijuana. Lawrence, Kansas, and this is your headline, boys. Lawrence, Kansas has reduced its fine for marijuana infractions or law breaking to $1. Let that sink in for a little bit, what they're trying to do, okay? Kansas is still very illegal to have marijuana, but the city of Lawrence, Kansas can see what's happening in this world. They see how society is changed, to see that its people, its residents of Lawrence, Kansas aren't criminals, aren't thugs, aren't drug addicts, right? So why am I going to keep charging, and before you would have to go to classes, you would pay hundreds of dollars in fines, the judge will send you to whatever he feels like, and now you get a $1 fine. Shout out to Lawrence, Kansas, right?
I love it. It's a statement, and it's also, it's 2 statements. It tells the rest of the state and the nation kind of like, fuck you. We're gonna charge the minimum. Here's your fucking legal.
Right.
Here's, you know what I mean? That's one. Number 2, and the more important message here that I like, is that it tells the people, the citizens of the state, hey, we're okay with you. We trust you guys to be cool with this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take it upon ourselves that residents of this city are trustworthy, okay people. Mm-hmm. And I think that in some cases, or in most cases, not most, many, if you give some people, or you give the right people the benefit of the doubt, it can turn out, really empowering. It can turn out really positive for a community. Mm-hmm. So I'm all about that. Shout out. I will put one in the air for Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence,
Kansas.
Yep, stepping it up.
And just to your point real quick, I think it is very important that you mentioned it, that it's showing that this city is taking care of its people. And I always believe that government should be like that. You should be more concerned about your local government than we are of President Trump and the feds. Because truthfully, it's your local government that your day-to-day affects. And here in Lawrence, Kansas, this is a day-to-day thing. Shout out to Lawrence, Kansas, guys. All right, let's keep this train rolling. Last Week in Weed headline, okay? Last Week in Weed, I told you that some archaeologists found some bong material or some weed material in a sarcophagus they dug up. Well, I got some more archaeology news for you in regard to weed. Scientists doing some archaeology up in Russia, China area, they dug up a 2,600-year-old golden bong. That's your freaking headline, guys. 2,600-year-old bong. The people who know what the hell they're talking about say that they dug up, they were clearing the road to put some power lines. They started digging, and in this chest of concrete or let me look, clay, it was all clay. They found this shaman-like, a chest where this shaman more than likely put his things, okay? They find in this box not only the instruments of a shaman, but this bong, and there's residue in the bong. They tested it, and it was residue, black tar from opium and marijuana. So very likely that these shamans, and we've talked about this before, use marijuana hallucinogens to get in the groove to do their shaman things. Guys, 2,600-year-old golden bong. People were smoking for millennia before today, guys. What do you think?
That's crazy, bro. And I think it's awesome. Hopefully we have a picture pop up here. If not, Google it, everybody, because I'm about to do this the same. But that's fucking crazy, man. They know, even back then, they knew what was up. But that dude liked to party. Opium and bud at the same time? Damn, bro. He must have been
taking it to another level.
He must have been seeing some crazy shit. But
that's when it comes to hallucinogenic.
That's amazing.
You know?
I want to give a quick shout out to these archaeologists, man. I've always found archaeology to be a sweet science, like a sweet thing to do in life. So I'm glad that they're finding these things. And showing the world that, hey, look, even these guys are smoking weed. It's all right, guys. It's all right. Anyways, that's the Week in Weed, guys. Hashtag Week in Weed at the Podheads web show. I'm your boy, Podheads JB. Tell me if you love this segment. Tell me if you need to see more, you want more, I suck, you love me, all that shit, guys. Hashtag Week in Weed.
Yeah. Right. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Get a nice golf clap in there for you. I love Week in Weed, JB, and you also suck. So
hey, the balance is there.
I like to keep the balance. I like to keep the balance. I'm all about that. Savage, but I love the Week in Weed. You know that's where I get all my news from, guys. So I wanted to follow up with you on a Week in Weed story you told us about. Yeah. Months ago, or weeks ago, actually. We all found out earlier this month that the new governor, Ron DeSantis, was legalizing, or was pushing to legalize smokable medical marijuana here in Florida.
Correct.
And so basically, this past Monday, legislation passed, they did a vote, and now you can have smokable marijuana, medical marijuana here. Yes.
We're getting there.
We are getting there. So now, the big thing about this is we all know back in 2016, over 70% of Floridians, think about that number, over 70% of Floridians voted to legalize medical marijuana. But the fucking kick in the ass that Rick Scott, and you guys know how I feel about Rick Scott, but I'm not going to get into that right now, the one last kick in the ass that he gave everybody was like, okay, you guys gonna vote this illegal? All you potheads out there ain't gonna be able to freaking smoke it. You can get your, your license, but you're still gonna have to go through my pharmaceutical companies who are gonna make the wax and the pills and the edibles.
Well, which is controlled at the end of the day. You can't really tell how potent it's gonna be. So.
Yeah. And I like Ron DeSantis though. I like his methodology. You shoot for the moon, and you're probably not gonna make it, at least down here in the South. So I can appreciate the steps he's taking. The first thing that he said he wanted to do was legalize smokable medical marijuana. He's done it. Bam, man of his word. I'm with him so far. The next thing they're talking about is making it recreational. Now, the next vote for something like this would be like in 2022. So we got a few years. And then after that, 2024. But everybody's saying that more than likely it's going to be legal. It's going to be legalized by 2022, or at least on the ballot. Give you a couple facts. Smokers now, people who have their medical marijuana prescription here in Florida are going to be able to get up to 2.5 ounces of flower cannabis, and we're talking about medical grade.
2 ounces
every 35 days.
Damn.
Yeah. So now you still have to renew your prescription every 6 months, which is kind of a racket. It's really just a tax on weed smokers. But you get 2.5 ounces of bud every 30 days. Now that probably works.
It's about how much I take right now. You know?
Yeah. I'd just be getting low by the time I needed this.
But that's not including the extracts. I mean, you can always go and get these extracts as well from, aside from your flower. You know? So.
But there's things that come with, there's negative things that come with, if you have that come with the prescription. If you get if you get a medical marijuana card here in Florida, you can't have a concealed weapons license. You also lose certain rights. You also get flagged for other things. I don't want to get into that either. I just want to know, how do you guys feel about this? This is a victory, right? We should feel good about this.
It's really
it's always a victory, right? When another state changes some stupid law regarding weed, whether it's just legalizing medical marijuana or changing this stupid law. So yeah, big shout out to the new governor. But what I wanted to really say is that, just like I said in the Week of Weed, all right, Lawrence, Kansas, even though that Kansas kind of holds the keys there, they still are ways around it, okay? So to say that DeSantis and the Florida government have to wait till 2022, I think it's a way to keep everybody even keel, right? All right, guys, hanging with me, it's 2022, while keeping his other side, be like, guys, you got to change your mind by 2022. So you understand? I think he's just trying to keep the balance, and that's what a politician probably should be doing. But you don't need to wait for 2022. We can make these changes right now through a government push or a vote, or just like Lawrence, Kansas did, change the fee to $1.
One thing that I do want to mention, though, whenever you do get your license, your medical marijuana license, one thing that you void off is that you can't carry a concealed weapon no more. And that's one thing that kind of keeps me on the balance still. Like, when will they change that? Because you never seen like somebody that's smoking go out and do a shooting or get into that level.
You've never seen like a direct related
exactly
shooting too. I'm sure some asshole will be like, oh, this guy smoked weed before, but he was also like wasted on fucking Quaaludes or something.
Some other.
But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but that's one thing that's kind of like I'm not gonna be able to protect myself just because I smoke weed. Like, what kind of
Florida's a crazy fucking state, dude. There are crazy ass people here, and I feel like that is one of the states where you have to carry a gun. Yeah, I'm on the fence about that too. That really sucks, man. That's crazy.
And I took my class to get my concealed, but I haven't taken that next step because I want to be completely legal. I don't want to be driving around worried that I'm gonna get pulled over and get in trouble. So. But that's one thing that's like kind of on the verge of.
I mean, you could fill your trunk literally up with alcohol and then go get a gun.
Yeah,
but
that blows my mind.
But you said it. I mean, it's a right step. I mean, we can keep bashing on it because we do it all the time. But it's a step in the right direction, right? Florida is now seemingly be getting on this train that we love to talk about, the weed train. So shout out to the new government in Florida. You're making the right step.
It's a process. We are taking the right process. But yeah, good shit. Guys, as always, don't forget to check us out all over social media. Check out our Instagram. We got some good videos on there right now. We're doing the car wash challenge. We're spending a lot more time working on videos, content, different things for all of y'all. So check it out. Follow us Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Stay tuned for more content. We got video game shit. We got head packs. Check us out. Podheads Web Show. We'll be right back. I think it's time to have a little bit of fun before we get out of here, guys. If you've ever played a game called Drink While You Think, we're going to switch the name up and call it Dank While You Think. Hey, if you're in the South or the Midwest, you already know what I'm talking about. But essentially, I couldn't rhyme weed or think or smoke or think or dank and think, so I just said Dank While You Think. Essentially, here's what we're going to do. If you've ever played a drinking game, you know the drill. Instead of drinking, though, we're going to smoke. So we're going to go around in our little circle, in our cipher. Somebody's going to, whoever's turn it is, they're going to name something, a product, anything, any category. Then we're going to have to go around, lightning quick, naming something that falls within that category. And if you can't, you have to be hitting the bong. You got to be hitting your pen, your bong, whatever. And you cannot stop hitting it until you got an answer. So when your turn starts, you start hitting that shit. Even if you know an answer right off back, hit it real quick, name your answer. But if not, so I've got a few categories to start us off. But essentially, if you guys got any good ones, especially some little obscure ones, the more fun, right?
got to on for your little peasants. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys ready? Sure. So my first category, we're gonna start with a doozy. Well, maybe not.
Oh, I'm fourth.
Songs.
I'm gonna lose.
Songs. Okay.
What?
Songs with female names in them.
Oh,
and I'm gonna go with Jimi Hendrix, The Wind Cries, Mary.
Oh, we gotta know all that shit.
Just name a song that has a female name in it. There's a million of them for fucking Pete's sake.
A million of them. I know one, bro.
Get your pen while you're thinking, motherfucker.
Shit.
The Diary of Jane, Breaking Benjamin.
There you go.
What?
Ooh, Dirty Diana, Michael Jackson.
Bam.
What?
Hit it, JB.
Damn.
You can't even think to
Maybe
start hitting that bong. Start hitting that bong. Start hitting that bong.
JB's gonna get fucking.
What you got?
That's too funny, man.
Mine was stale.
I don't know.
Fuck. Annie,
okay. That's Smooth
Annie.
Criminal, actually. From Michael Jackson.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Alright, I fail. Everybody gets a point.
You fucking failure.
It'll be like golf.
All right. All right, you're back in the Cypher with the Podheads. It's your boy Frank the Tank, a.k.a. Jimmy Puffett. That means it's always 420 somewhere, even at Disney. Okay, man, it's a terrible segue. But fuck it. Where time stands still, even in Neverland. Anyway, look, the whole thing is, guys, fucking Disney just paid $71 billion to buy Fox. Okay, this is one of the biggest mergers in the history of all business. I mean, by now, if you're watching this, you've definitely heard about it. But it's huge news for a lot of reasons. But you know, I like to talk controversy, so let me just give you the facts. And then we'll see how we all feel, okay? Basically, Disney pays $71.3 billion, and they get almost all of Fox's assets, including all of Fox's movies like Deadpool, X-Men.
Wow.
Can you name another big Fantastic Four? I mean, just think about Fox movies in general, even the old ones. Disney now has the rights to play them on all their streaming services. They also get principal stake in Hulu. Okay, Fox owns 60% of Hulu, and now these are like 30%, something like that. ABC owned 30%, so now Disney basically owns 60% of Hulu. They had their, and all of this is over. Exactly, and basically all of this is to create this new streaming service that is supposed to compete with the likes of Hulu and Netflix.
Right.
So basically, Disney is putting together this service that's going to have all the Star Wars movies, all the ABC and Fox own TV. They're getting Modern Family. They're getting This Is Us. They're getting all the
essentially
big.
they paid billions of dollars for that, right?
Oh,
millions. Not even billions.
Yeah, $71 billion.
Oh, 71 billion. I heard
bro.
million for a second. I was like, wait a second. That's a little bit.
Yeah, no, $71 billion. And what they don't get out of this is the sports networks.
They don't need it.
So, no, and they don't. They've already got ESPN.
So that's
they need is the entertainment content.
For those rights.
So, some of the exciting things are this. It brings a lot of characters to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or at least opens up the availability for a crossover with the X-Men and the Avengers, with a proper a proper Fantastic Four movie. Yes. Spider-Man, true Spider-Man, and maybe even Venom. So I think Sony still owns Venom, but we'll have to see what happens there. The negative things about this is I kind of starting to feel like it's a monopoly, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
isn't that what it is?
Everybody's kind of owning a piece of everything. Like even myself with my company, like they had just merged with some other company. Now they just merged with a different one right now, and I can't really name them, but it's crazy. Everybody just kind of buying off and just trying to grow.
Rich people trading pink slips. Yeah. I mean, it's all about the money here. Like, why? Fox was huge. Why did they feel the need to sell? Maybe they seen the tea leaves not looking good for them. I mean, but they're keeping the sports. So, again, I don't know the particulars, but it does seem like a money grab by Disney, or at least for the rights. You said it, for Marvel. Just Marvel alone is probably worth $70 billion. But you're saying now they might be doing the streaming thing. I get it, but I don't know why Fox did. I guess I would have to just wait and see. Why would Fox just give up all that potential income for what? For $70 billion? I don't know. Seems a little fishy.
What would you do? Like, let's say you had a product, okay, that was worth $70 billion. Let's say our show was worth $70 billion. All right.
Sell.
And some companies say, look, we got it from here. We're going to take your concept. We're going to take your idea. You're no longer going to do this. And there's a non-compete, so you can't just go and do the same thing. You're done podcasting.
That's
you sell?
Boy, you're done.
I sell.
I mean,
you sell? Yeah. You say, fuck it, I'm retiring?
I mean,
well, our show, no. But if I'm the Fox people, yeah, I'd be like, I'm out. I don't give a shit anymore.
Silver Surfer was terrible.
Yeah, because I feel like their budget has been dropping down because everybody's been buying into Netflix nowadays. The actual cable network company has lost a lot of their customers because everybody switches over. So that's why everybody's kind of switching over to the paying. Same thing with Google. They're putting out their gaming streaming service. Everybody's just going streaming because they see how Netflix is just making a kill. Now I see on Netflix too. There's a lot of movies that are not on there. I do see a couple of the Avengers, a couple of the Marvel, but there's a lot of movies that could be on there. Now Disney sees an opportunity for that. They're like, well, let's take all these episodes, we got all these titles, we got the money to pump steroids on them, make them freaking huge and awesome and better, and put a streaming service that we can charge $15 per person, and now they're making their money back, and they're going to turn a 71 billion into like 150 billion, within the next 5 years. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that.
The days of cable are going to be gone. Yeah. The days of cable services are going to be gone. It's just going to be internet and buy your MLB package, buy your NFL network, and buy your streaming service.
When I think Fox, I think cable, I think antenna. I remember watching Fox when I was 6 years old. Okay, so that's why to me Fox is this conglomerate of power, but like K-Strat said, they're probably not. They're probably losing money. They see what's happening. They're trying to dump shit and stay, profitable. Because maybe
we're living in a renaissance. We're living in the middle of a renaissance right now, where we're shifting from one way to the other. The way of the old ways, from like completely getting analog out. And the old ways out, you know what I'm saying?
All digital.
People are even starting to do away with phones. People are using cell phones. Excuse me. People are using like the actual phone, talking on the phone, less and less. You're hearing about streaming services. I mean, Blockbuster. There's only one Blockbuster video left in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So I mean, who knows? We're living in a renaissance. We're gonna hear about kids in the future are going to be reading about this time period in history books, the same way they read about the Industrial Revolution, and you know what I'm saying? They're going to be reading about this kind of shit, this part of
Disney,
life.
And Disney will own them all because that's what Disney does. Man.
It's
they
crazy,
seemingly
bro.
own everything and own everybody, and they make money. I mean, I can't hate them for that, but it just feels freaking.
It's definitely
grabby,
a little
like,
greasy.
Fishy. Greasy.
It's greasy. My 2 cents, especially with Disney, because Disney's been a part of my life forever. It's definitely greasy. It's a monopoly. They're monopolizing the entertainment industry, I feel like, and I feel like it's just how Amazon monopolized the retail industry. Same thing. Disney owns more than 60 companies, sub-companies, and it costs, I could be speaking out of my ass, but it costs $40+ billion to either run just Disney World Orlando it's definitely just Disney World Orlando, $40+ billion a year. So, but I remember when it cost $50-$60 to go to Magic Kingdom for one day. That was fucking when I was like 5. Now it's 120-ish.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's tripled that at this point.
It's
Quadrupled
fucking
that.
sad, bro. But what do you gotta do? If we were the CEOs and we're seeing $50 billion a year, what are we gonna do? But think about it, dude. The movies alone, they make $200 million in one weekend.
Yeah, in one
They're gonna
weekend.
make that
Yeah,
$70 billion. If they made a Deadpool X-Men something else crossover, that $70 billion, bro, will be back in 3 years from that movie.
Well, just think about it. I mean, how much do we pay for Netflix? Like 15, 10 bucks?
10 to 15.
Now, you consider, say, 200 million people
they're beasts,
in the U.S.,
bro.
that's a minimal. I mean, I don't know, there should be more people in the U.S., but everybody paying at that price, I mean, that's a lot of money.
And think about this. Disney's going to snatch all their shit, all their content from all the other streaming services. Yeah. So there's not going to be no more comic book movies on Netflix. There's not going to be no, guess what, Family Guy? That's off of Hulu and Netflix too. Family Guy now belongs to Disney. So does The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
Weird.
That's crazy, man.
That's weird.
Either Netflix is going to keep it and pay money to Disney now, or they're just going to retract it completely.
No, they're not. I think they're just going to be like, fuck you then.
Stuff.
You know what's it's crazy though, but I didn't mean to cut you off, JB. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I was just swearing.
What's crazy is I've been saying for about a year now that I want to watch The Simpsons from 1/1 to where we are now. That would probably take me a year on its own. But what am I going to have to do now to go get that? Fucking Disney subscription.
Buy a Disney subscription.
Motherfucker.
But you know what?
You're gonna buy a Disney band, and you're gonna be able to do everything Disney, from watch Disney movies to go to Disney park to eat Disney food.
If you go
to
now,
get Disney healthcare.
That band, bro, even now is your room ticket, park ride, credit card, fucking photo. Fuck everything. It's brilliant. But yeah, it costs an average family like $20,000 to stay there for 7 days.
And they're tracking people though. They're tracking these families with it and saying, okay, what kind of stores do these people shop at? The people that buy the bronze package, they don't buy as much merchandise. People with the platinum package,
There is a thing called the dining plan, and there are certain things on certain menus you can't get. So it's like filet mignon, and it's like X'd out. It's just like, oh.
I don't know if you guys know, but Disney is like, they're all over the place, merch anywhere.
Dude.
But they're also in the networking business to where they have their own security system to where you implement it in your home router, and it will you can calculate what your kids are watching and block certain websites, so on and so forth. So but still, I mean, that's data that's connected to their servers through your network. You know what I mean? So that's something to also kind of think. It's like, man, they're all over the place.
Disney's everywhere. The dream that was the Magic Kingdom is now a nightmare. And speaking of nightmares,
now here's another theory.
Hold on.
Sorry, my bad.
Shut up. I'm trying
to
segue here. I was gonna start quoting Thriller, but anyway, let's go right into it. Michael, Neverland.
Might as well.
We're leaving Disneyland, moving on to Neverland. Still not that bad. But yeah, the new documentary, right? Everybody's heard about the new documentary. Have you guys seen it?
No. And I need to. I'm an MJ fan, so I'm curious where this is
Oh
going.
my goodness!
My boy.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
So this past week, HBO put out a documentary called "Leaving Neverland." I'm not sure how many parts it is, but the first one said part 1, so I assume there's going to be at least 2 parts, maybe multiple parts. But the documentary is basically about 2 guys, Wade Robinson and James Safechuck, both kids that met Michael Jackson as minors. I think they were dancers, and one of them won a dance contest, and they met Michael Jackson through being big fans of his, who then eventually became very close friends with Michael Jackson's family. Now, the documentary centers on the things that came about in their friendship, okay? Including things like molestation, underage drinking, all kinds of just terrible, terrible things. So, before you pass any judgment, let me give you guys a couple facts, like I always do. Right now, basically, HBO, I believe, is getting sued by the Michael Jackson estate over this because they they're very serious in denying. We do not, none of this is substantiated. Michael Jackson has been acquitted on the past on prior cases involving these guys. One of them actually said and testified that he was not abused by Michael Jackson. He took a settlement. So there is a lot of shady things around this where people are saying these guys aren't reputable. They're just looking for some money, extortion. At least that's the way Michael Jackson's camp is playing it. Do you believe them? I mean, in the documentary, there's some shocking things, but do you believe that Michael Jackson really? You heard all the rumors. Everybody heard the rumors.
I mean, everybody thinks they know. Everybody thinks they know Michael Jackson.
Before you talk about the doc, though, since you've seen the documentary, I want to know what C Money and K Strad, how they feel about Michael Jackson, and if they believe he's capable of this before we start giving them some of the facts. And see how they feel after.
Well, I do. I liked Michael Jackson when I was younger. I do agree he's one of the best entertainers of all time. Like, I'm on that boat, of course. And I think we all can agree that he is one of the most entertaining, rich motherfuckers to ever do it in business. But definitely weird, the shit he was accused of and, what he claimed he did do, having him sleep over and all that. It is really weird. I do understand the psychological aspect of wanting to hang out with young children because he didn't get that part of his childhood. Like, the human brain is a very, very complex thing, man. And traumatization makes you do weird or fucked up or horrible or anything,
so he didn't have a childhood, so maybe
he was abused and
dude. There's I've heard that supposedly he was chemically castrated by his dad. Don't know if that's true or not, but imagine that, shit like that. So I get that, but I was always like, no, he didn't bang kids, dude. That's fucking just crazy. I just thought that he legit had sleepovers and shit because he
was just a weirdo. He's not a molester. He was just a weirdo.
He just was so fucked up as a child that he was like stuck in this thing where he's like, I want to have that life still. It's very strange. But if he did fuck kids, he should burn in hell.
Well, let's talk about K-Star. What do you believe?
Well, I mean, like, he was, since a young age, a huge idol of mine. And I used to try to do his dances and everything. It kind of got me into that move, especially, Thriller and, all that stuff. But, and as a matter of fact, for my 2008 homecoming, I was Michael Jackson. And I did the whole dance and everything. I came out of the yearbook, and it was pretty dope. So it was a huge inspiration for me. But when I started kind of seeing, what they were accusing him of, again, we go back, like C-Money said, we go back to his childhood, everything that he went through, and that's traumatizing, it takes you to another level where you're just, you might want to get certain relief off of certain scenarios, and to some people it might look bad. But to him, it wasn't. But
it looks bad.
It looks bad, yeah, of course. But maybe he just had that real love and connection to children. I mean, like I said, after the changes that he'd gone through and everything, it's horrible. But I think now they're just really trying to get at his money because they know that there's a lot of money that the family still has and stuff like that. So they're like, well, he's dead. He's not really going to be able to be there to testify.
Well, there's always that.
Let's try to get that money. So I think that's what they're trying to do, in my opinion. But That's my
so JB, what do you got then? What are some of these titillating facts?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out, props to you, C Money and Keisha, because you guys brought 2 points that I never thought, even after seeing the documentary. This fucking pervert, you know what I mean? But C Money put it in my head that, you know what, maybe he was mental, maybe he didn't rape, okay? But let me give you some of the facts that were presented, and then let me see what you think, okay? This guy, Jordan Chandler, okay? This has been proven by the cops. He drew Michael Jackson's penis with the markings on it. Michael Jackson apparently had very distinctive fucking markings on his penis, and this kid was able to draw them very accurately. The cops made Michael Jackson strip, and they confirmed that this picture matched his penis. So let that soak in a little bit, okay? Here's another fact, okay? The hallways to his bedroom were full with security cameras, security measures, all this and the thing. Like, you can just imagine the laser beams and the cameras.
Like
legit,
alarms,
his house has it. Okay? Let that sink into your head, okay? Michael Jackson actually paid millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars to people who accused him of this act, right?
Settlement.
Why would he pay? Settlement. Why would you continue to pay dozens and dozens of accusations if they're not real? Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 10, but you understand my point? So let that sink in. And then I also heard that the parents of some of these kids were given gifts from the estate of Michael Jackson. Okay, houses, cars to keep him quiet, to forget it. It was just a sleepover. I mean, let that sink in. So these are facts that were legit by the police checked upon. And then there weren't just 2, there were 5 men, okay, who are alleging this happened in the 90s. Jordan Chandler, Jason Francia, Gavin Arzivo, Wade Robson, and Jimmy Safechuck. So there are 5 guys. So it not just these 2, there are other grown-ass men who are saying this happened to me. Again, Frank the Tank said he was acquitted, never proven.
Listen, some of the things that these guys accused or said Michael Jackson did to them as kids was make them sit at the edge of the bed, spreading their cheeks while he masturbated. They said that he very graphically described Michael Jackson putting his penis inside his mouth as a 7-year-old. Talked about a fake wedding they had. One of the mothers mentioned that Michael Jackson requested for one of the boys to live with him for a year. Crazy shit. They were very explicit and very graphic in the details that they spoke about in this documentary. They could be making shit up. They could not be. I mean, what do you guys think just hearing those things now?
So, I don't know if you guys saw the unofficial court case of Michael Jackson with Dave Chappelle as a witness. But I have never seen Michael Jackson's alleged penis.
Right.
But I could guess that it has some hair, some pressed, permed hair, a shaft, some balls, with glitter sprinkled on it. I had to. But all joking aside, I didn't know all those facts, and you have to just believe him, right? Because it's an official documentary, and it's on HBO, and it's this, and it's that. So you have to trust it, right? I guess, yeah?
They said, though, bro. I mean, a producer can produce it to look anyway, right?
Exactly.
But some of the facts that were presented, I mean, you gotta look at them. You gotta pay attention to them. It does not look good.
That's nuts, man.
One thing is, what you display on media, but another thing if it's going to hold up on court. You know what I mean? If they do take it to court and they actually see, do they have legitimate proof that this is, and like you said, the videotapes. You know what I mean? So if they have those from his home, that should give them a better angle to, okay, this is legit. And
as far as the law's concerned,
then in that case, you're trying to get their money because they feel violated, and yeah, I would do the same. So,
do you think they have a case? Do you think that Michael Jackson's estate has a case for defamation of character? Are these people allowed to tell their story, or should they be silenced?
They do. No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Whether they're lying or not, I think is what you're really asking. Because what they're suing is for, hey, they are lying. Okay, so that's what the suing is for, defamation, because they're lying. They might not be lying, and they have every right to get on the, Me Too movement type of thing. They have every right, you know what I mean? So yeah, tell your story, man.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there's going to be more to come, so we definitely got to follow this.
Keep it on the note.
Yeah, we're going to follow this and kind of, obviously give you our 2 cents about it for whatever that's worth. How do you feel? You think Michael Jackson is guilty? Do you lump him in there with R. Kelly? Real quick, go around the world. Is Michael Jackson a fucking kid diddler? JB?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I still gotta watch the documentary, but now after I heard the facts, I'm thinking I'm a little over the fence now.
Traitor.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's a kid diddler. I said it a long time ago. I'm sorry. I do like his music, but
rest in peace too. I mean, they're trying to fadaddle the guy when he's in his grave.
Yeah, I'm thinking you should have did this shit a few years ago.
But if you fuck kids, you take that skeleton down and just fucking smash the shit out of him, disgrace him. I don't know.
Horrible.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole nother subject. Should we talk about the dead? But it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. We're against the break. We got to get to Toke Games. But before that, I want to talk about GCW. March 29th, Port Richey, Florida. The Podheads are going to be there. JB's got the particulars.
Yeah, you're right. We're going to be there. We're the commentaries for GCW. So we are going to be there March 29th, 2019. It's going to be at the Gulf View Event Center. Make sure I say that right. It's out in Port Richey, Florida. Okay? I think we believe it starts at 6 p.m. as the first bell time, and the ticket starts at $15. Okay? So once again, it's at the Gulf View Event Center, Friday, March 29th, 2019, 6 p.m. Tickets start at $15. Go to eventbrite.com, search GCW. You can get your tickets there. If you're on Facebook, go check GCW. You can find your tickets there, okay? Guys, I just want to talk about the only match that right now I see, I can't stop thinking about is that Trish Adore and Real Badu. They're going to actually fight this out. They're going to have a wrestling match. They're all equal, 2 studs in the wrestling ring. They're going to go at it, champ to champ. So if you like wrestling, if you're in the Florida area, GCW is getting bigger. They're already on number 5. They're actually at the Gulf View Event Center, so it's actually a bigger area for them. It's a big deal, guys. I can't wait.
That's right. Champ versus champ. The best in the ladies division versus the best in the men's division. And I mean, we know this. We're in the middle of a movement. And I mean, we're talking about 2 equals. Legit. So check it out. Get your ass down there. Port Richey, if you find yourself on the coast, if you find yourself on the, Central Florida, whatever, if you like wrestling, get out there. These are some serious, talented people.
And they're going to have food. I always go because the food. Food trucks are awesome.
Food trucks are always awesome. Yeah, it's always an event. It's not just wrestling. There's always food trucks. There's always a lot of interesting things going on out there. Yeah, vendors, a lot of cool people to talk to. So we'll be out there. If nothing else, come out, check us out. But we got to get to Toke Games. So, K-Shrad, what is Toke Games about this time?
Well, it's been kind of interesting. We've been talking about, console games in, 2018, 2019, but we've been forgetting about, something that we always use on our downtime, when we're on the Twitter or, when we're out and about, we have a little extra time and it's on our phone. So, this next episode, we're going to be actually talking about the top 5 games that you can play on your phone. So, it's pretty cool. So, next time you're out and you want to download some pretty cool game, this is probably the one you're going to download. So, check this out.
Hashtag Toke Games!
Hashtag Toke Games!
Yo, boy! What's glitching, my fellow gamers? This is your boy K-Strad with another segment of Toke Games. I hope you guys missed me last week. I'm sorry I wasn't here to give you that awesome, juicy, most anticipated information in the gaming world, but don't worry, I got your tacos, I kept them safe, and I'm going to deliver them today with even better goods. So hold on tight, keep your tacos safe, and we'll see you soon in today's segment of Toke Games. Okay, so in today's society, a lot of things have changed. Whenever we find ourselves either waiting, killing some time, or we're just plain old bored, we instinctively take out our phones to keep us occupied. A lot of those things that keep us preoccupied could either be social media, streaming, browsing, and even video games. So that's why I decided to make this episode's the top mobile games of 2018. So if you downloaded them and never played them, or you just never knew about them, well, now is your chance to go out to the App Store and download your games. So that way next time you find yourself either waiting for your girlfriend to stop talking, the DMV to hurry the fuck up, or just taking a long shit in itself, you might want to give these a chance. Check this out.
Coming in at number 5, Harry Potter's Hogwarts Mystery. Comes as a role-playing video game set in the Harry Potter universe. Available for Android and iOS, the game is set between Harry's birth and his enrollment to Hogwarts. Players can create and customize their own personal avatar who is a student attending Hogwarts. Through the game's encounter system, players are able to make choices that affect the game's narrative. Players tap on the screen to move the character between places and level up, revealing new outfits and other unlockables. In certain battle scenarios, the player will cast spells by the swipe of a finger, imitating as if using a wand. The player also gains different levels of courage, empathy, and knowledge by choices in the game. The game was awarded Best Science Fiction or Fantasy Mobile Game during the 2018 Dragon Awards. So if you're a die-hard fan of the wizarding world, go to the App Store and download for free. For this game will sure give your itching magic fingers an oh so satisfying spark. Coming in at number 4, Shadowgun Legends is a free mobile first-person shooter video game developed and published by Madfinger Games for Android and iOS devices. The game is set in a world of Shadowgun consumer-driven society. The main character is part of an elite mercenaries group called Shadowguns. The way of life is threatened by the torment of an alien race from an unknown part of the galaxy. The first attack sparks a full-scale galactic conflict that turns to new heights as you venture to stop the aliens from exterminating the planet. Players progress by completing given missions. Missions can be either part of a story mode, campaign, or one of the side quests. Each completed mission will reward the player with experience points. So next time you get those itchy trigger fingers on the go, Shadowgun Legends and its 85 out of 100 metascore will not disappoint. Coming in at number 3, better known as PUBG. This online multiplayer battle royale game, developed and published by PUBG Corporation, is based on the 2000s Japanese film Battle Royale. Battlegrounds is a player versus player shooter game in which up to 100 players fight in a battle royale, a type of large-scale last man standing deathmatch where players fight to remain the last alive. Players can choose to enter the match solo, duo, or with a small team of up to 4 people. The last person or team alive wins the match. Every few minutes, the playable area of the map begins to shrink down towards a random location, with any player caught outside of the safe area taking damage incrementally, and eventually being eliminated if the safe zone is not entered in time. Coming in at number 2, Asphalt 9 Legends is a racing video game developed by Gameloft Barcelona. It is the 9th main installment in the Asphalt series. In comparison to previous entries, there are several new and improved features, such as a prestigious car lineup, new control schemes, and race modes. There are 59 cars featured in the game that offer higher performance and rarity. There are also 3 playing modes: career, multiplayer, and events. In career mode, the player completes single-player chapters that consist of several series in races focusing on a certain class or manufacturer. So next time you have the need to accelerate your horses, Asphalt 9 and its pristine graphics will leave you clinched to your seat. Coming in at number 1, Final Fantasy XV Pocket Edition is a role-playing video game developed and published by Square Enix. The game is played from a fixed camera angle, and the character can be moved by selecting the location. Exploration and combat shifted from a behind-the-back view to an overhead perspective, with simplified controls more suitable for playing on touchscreens. The game is divided into 10 chapters. The first chapter is available for free, with the remaining 9 being available for purchase. Combat is impressively close to the style found in the original, issuing turn-based action for a more hands-on approach. The graphics are not so far behind. With vibrant colors and detail to cutscenes, this game takes crown on the visuals. With an outstanding abridgment to the original release, players can also experience a story without much time or commitment to a sit-down console. So next time you feel like getting lost into a world with Noctis, Gladiolus, Prompto, and Ignis, be sure to check out Final Fantasy's Pocket Edition.
Get it. Damn it. Oh, hey guys. Welcome back. Sorry, busy killing the boss there. But yeah, that concludes today's segment of Toked Games. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm always working hard to bring you the best content into one juicy, delicious taco. So please, go out, hit that little like button, subscribe, share, tell your friends, uncles, brothers, sisters about me. I really do appreciate the love. You can follow me on Instagram at KStradB, and also check out my gaming streams on Twitch at Tank2FIV. Tank25. And as always, keep your tacos safe, and we'll see you next time on #TokeGames.
Awesome, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, follow, subscribe, #TokeGames. I mean, I loved all types of different mobile games, but you know, those 5 were my top favorite. But it's for you guys. I mean, what do you guys think? What are you guys' favorite?
My bad, I was playing a game.
No, he's already busy.
Literally.
He downloaded it quick. He said,
so corny.
Press the laugh button. No. Oh, man.
But yeah,
Very
so
nice.
what do you guys
I'm a
think?
fan
I'm
of
not
phone
a gamer.
games.
I'm not a gamer like that, so I don't. Oh, my bad. Did I interrupt you?
No, so you're not a phone gamer, I heard you say. I am
a mobile gamer. I am not a mobile gamer.
I am a mobile gamer on the shitter, for sure.
Oh, yeah?
That's my time, yeah. I play Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera. It's a pretty fucking... If you don't know Final Fantasy, you won't know what that is or anything, but that's my shit, for sure.
I play Chades. I play spades and chess on my... I feel like if I'm gonna be wasting time, I might as well be getting better or smarter at something.
Okay.
I'm a nerd like that. But spades or chess, and just while I'm on the shitter. The problem is I spend more time trying to finish the game on the shitter than I do shitting. So I get the whole leg numb situation going on, like you were talking about. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, no. I mean, me, like I said, I'm also a shitter game, type player. And every time I'm on the road, I really love Clash Royale. That's actually, my second title on there. And I've been playing it for like maybe 2 years now since it came out. And it's very challenging because, I mean, it's like chess. But you have different characters. You have wizards. You have like giants. You have all types of stuff, and it's a P2P battle. And you guys already know, you saw in the video. But just battling with friends, and 2 players versus 2 players, and it's all on your mobile, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites.
Well, what's interesting is the gaming industry is definitely, I think, at its pinnacle, or at least I thought it was. the consoles and computers you can have. I mean, the supercomputers kids have now, I've seen on YouTube, are just absolutely insane. And I've played these. I used to play World of Warcraft and things back in the day. You needed a really good computer to handle shit like that, and I didn't. So it was a terrible experience at the time, which is funny. But I don't know if you guys have heard of Google's new, for lack of a better term, gaming platform. Even though there's no platform, rather not in front of you. There's no console anyway. And it's called Google Stadia. It's pretty crazy. So what it is it's the whole new trending thing. Google announced it just a couple days ago, if not today even. And what it is it's actually a server that hosts as a game console. For if that makes sense. And what it is just an incredibly powerful server or servers that Google built to where we're going to be able to log onto a web browser and stream the game to whatever device, our laptop, PC, fucking Mac, phone, whatever, and play these incredibly beautiful games. And I'm talking, at first they're going to be 4K 60 frames per second, and then Google's saying that they're going to be able to get to 8K 120 frames per second in a couple of years. Whatever that even means, because our vision is the clearest thing that we can ever see. Does that make sense? There's nothing...
I can't see 4K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, actually.
So 8K, I don't know. And they even say that this is going to be able to stream surround sound too. Now, the best thing about it is you only need 25 megabits per second of internet speed, which is a joke. I mean, for podcasting alone, you want at least 1 gig.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, just a couple of specs here. They claim that the GPU teraflops, you're going to have to Google what that is because I forgot. Combined, it's more powerful than Xbox One X and PS4 Pro.
Wow.
PS4 Pro is 4.
It's going to be a better processing power. So through the cloud, they're gonna have better processing power than actual hardware.
So you don't buy a console; you just buy a subscription to this cloud.
I assume. Yeah, I assume it'll be a subscription. And they're, like I said, you start Googling it, and they kind of talk into the whole 8K venture, which again, I can't even imagine what that looks like. And then, again, what do you guys think of this? Like I said, I thought we were kind of at the pinnacle with just these beautiful console games. I thought virtual reality might be the thing, but they're not really there yet. But this is amazing. We can actually be on any device. There's no more, I have Xbox and you have PS4. I can't play with my best friend. Fuck. We can be on anything and play the same game at any time, pause it, and then resume it at any time.
Google service. Yeah. Wow.
Well, Microsoft has been working on this type of streaming service for quite a bit. But Google, being Google, they decided to say, "Hey, I'm gonna jump in front," So, and it's basically a supercomputer that they're gonna have. Instead of you going and buying your own equipment, you can just play off your phone, off your tablet, off your TV, off a simple $200 laptop that you can get at Walmart and still view it at awesome, great quality. So it's a huge step. Of course, we haven't seen it launched yet. There's no beta for it out yet. But once it's out, then we'll kind of see, okay, do they got what it takes? But a lot of their processing and that's happening is on the cloud. And that's one of the things that they were saying. It's like, where's all your processing going to, happen? Because if you have it in your servers and you still have your servers running all the gaming and environment and everything, where's that extra processing going to be happening? So they were saying that it's going to be done in the cloud. So we'll see how that affects, because again, you're going to need a little bit of bandwidth. And that's the reason why, is because a lot of that most of that is just going to be in the cloud. So it just compresses it, sends it to you via network, and now you get a compressed file that's a smaller.
But what kind of games are we talking about? Are we talking, indie games like you see on PlayStation?
From what they showed were Skyrim type games is what they showed. RPG.
Are they going to have big titles like
Madden
and Assassin's Creed? Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's
a whole nother perspective of what it can be. I mean, I initially thought, oh man, are we gonna have to upgrade our network? As far as right now, we're in an AC protocol, which basically means that we can get 1,000 megabytes per second max. If we had what is that? It's the fastest service that we can get. So, but with these next protocol, which is AX, it's supposed to give you almost 2 gigabytes per second. So I thought maybe until we get there, then we'll be able to have this type of service, because they're like saying they're 4K and 60 frames per second, sometimes even 8K down the line. But you kind of consider it's like, man, I'm gonna have a super router, or I'm gonna have to pay for a lot faster service.
Well, I like that it bridges the kind of the wealth gap, because again, like to play some of these crazy games for PC, a video card alone can be $2,000. That's just the card. You need the entire fucking computer still, bro. Like, and this thing for X amount of, maybe even let's say $200, let's say $300 to play any game that anybody else can fucking play. That's dope, bro.
Yeah,
super dope.
And they're saying that it's also gonna allow streamers, because a lot of streamers are, they're gonna want to get into this prior so that they can continue doing their streams, and it's actually gonna benefit them greatly, because they don't have to have super equipment. They can run it off with 2 little laptops instead of having super gear, and so it's gonna be a lot better it's gonna be the era for streamers, basically.
I'm not surprised, because Netflix, Hulu, Fox, and Disney are going to do another streaming. It was only a matter of time. You got your movies that way. Now you're going to get your video games that way for cheap, apparently. Exactly. And everybody can use it. So not surprising, but fuck yeah. That's dope.
And one thing that kind of goes by that is because, before we used to have CDs, what happens? MP3s eliminated them. We used to have DVDs. Now Netflix eliminated them. So we still got... you go to Best Buy, you go to the electronic stores, and you see copies of video games, because you still need that copy. So that's what they're trying to eliminate, is trying to get rid of the copies to where you don't have to go and buy them.
Well, so you think PlayStation and Xbox are pissed? Do you think they're fucked right now?
Well, is it, again, we've been talking about monopolies, isn't it? For them to specifically advertise this is more powerful than PS4 and Xbox combined. I mean, what better way to be like, fuck you guys?
Yeah, that's basically what they're saying. Wow. And they already have a control that they showed on their...
But it's true, dude. I mean, think about it. PS4 comes out. PS4 Slim comes out. PS4 Pro comes out. PS5 is announced. That's going to be out in 2 years. 400. Probably PS5 is going to be 500 with a Final Fantasy 7 combo. Fuck you, bro. Google's like, $200. Fucking games are... We'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll figure $2, $3, $5.
No, it's probably going to be a subscription service where, if you really think about it in the long run, you probably get a lot more bang for your buck, but in the long run, you probably are paying more for a lot more. You're probably talking about a lifetime subscription at what, $25, $50 a month?
Yeah, we'll see. We don't know. I mean,
because going back to the money, income to these companies is if they know that they're going to have 200,000 people, subscribing compared to, how many sales are we going to do? You know what I mean? So there's that alleviation of, we got guaranteed money coming in compared to, let's see how well this game does, Sure. So,
okay, so let's see. You got Xbox 2 comes out, PlayStation 5 comes out, and Google Stadia comes out. Which do you go with?
If my friends were to all agree, like if there were certain games announced where all my friends were like, yo, this is sick and we should all play this together, like, kind of like how you all go out for a beer, you all meet every Tuesday for an hour and we play this game, if you're all gamers, I would definitely do Google, just because, like, again, I may not make as much money or vice versa as my friend, and he can't get a fucking Xbox with the game and a controller. Oh, he just downloads this and buys this and sold. And on his shitty laptop at home, he doesn't need a $2,000 video card. I'm sold, bro. Yeah. Sure.
I would. I mean, if I already have the PS4, I'll keep that. But I would probably go with that too. I would go with the Google and see if they have all the titles that PS4 offers. Because remember, there's always that monopolizing of the title games as well. There's certain Xbox titles that PS4 doesn't have.
Well, Google,
PS4 titles that Xbox.
Yeah, Google has more money than Sony, I would imagine, but maybe not more than Microsoft. I don't know. That's a close one, those two. But Sony, I think, is flushed out by both. No.
Well, actually, matter of fact, just a little tidbit while you mention it, Bill Gates actually just became the second 100 billionaire. Second 100 billionaire next to Jeff Bezos.
Crazy.
Only the second one in the world. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts.
Crazy.
Kind of fucking burns you up.
He probably does. He is worth a lot more than maybe.
there was any better indication of fucking burning you up. But yeah, that does burn me up, man, and that is such a great segue for today. But yeah, man, we got to beat the clock now. But it's amazing. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I can't wait for that to come out. So Google, hope you keep your promise. Don't fuck us like a lot of other game companies have. So yeah, talking about burning you up, I think it's time for C-Money's Burns My High segment, guys. And it's funny that we're talking about subscriptions and all these other things, because that's one of these things that has been burning my high lately is subscriptions. Everything is a fucking subscription now. Bro, I can get a subscription with a food delivery service. I can get a subscription with a grocery service. I can get a subscription with a clothing company, a fucking prepped meal company. I can get a gym subscription. I can get a fancy shoe subscription only. I can get, dude, it doesn't stop.
No.
Everything is monthly now. We have car payments, we have mortgages, we have insurance bills, we have Netflix payments, we have clothing payments. Like, it just doesn't stop, and it makes me go crazy. Like, and I feel like we are just further becoming these robots that just have these bills attached to us, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, we have these tallies of these monthly payments on us. I just like the idea of, I wish there was a way where we, as a society, just could pay for it up front and just be done with it and just say, like, I have this. You know?
You would think, like, okay, I thought about once putting everything on my credit card. Just like, I'll put all my bills on my credit card.
Right.
And so I don't have to pay 16 people. It comes out automatically every month. I'll just make one, $400 or $500, one big credit card payment every month, and it'll be straight. But then you got to think you're paying taxes or interest on those payments. So now your regular bills cost you more to consolidate. I'm thinking this is what happens, though. This is what happens. They hit you with, I know I'm going to sound like a fucking, a conspiracy theorist. But you get hit with all of this information overload. Subscription here, subscription there. Can't take it anymore. And then what happens? You let in for one conglomerate. One big boss. You know what? Consolidate me, please. Save me, government, easy. Whatever. Make it easy. And you just give away all your rights. Like Google.
I mean, everything.
Right, Google Assistant. Yeah. iPhone, Apple, just take the cloud, take care of my life, change my thermostat, schedule an appointment, order me coffee. Yeah.
It's crazy. Doesn't it kind of bother you? Kind of burns you up a little bit inside, makes you kind of just grit your teeth.
I just
makes me want to hit another dab.
I got a printer and I have to pay a subscription. I can't buy ink at a discounted price anymore. I have to pay a subscription to get that discount. Wow. And it's ridiculous.
Wow. I mean, speaking of Disney, they even sell subscription services yearly to ride the rides at their parks. Think about that. A yearly membership. Yeah, you buy an annual pass for X amount of dollars a month, or $800 up front, which is a subscription, to go ride the rides, because not everyone can be like, here, Disney, here's $800.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
Amazing, guys. I don't know what's next. I'm big.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you mentioned Disney, because we're leading that into higher learning.
Ooh, and I forgot about that.
Wow. Hashtag higher learning. You guys know I'm all about education here, getting high. I get stoned. I get on Google. I start reading shit. I like to expand my mind. You should too. So whenever you get a chance, some downtime, you're on the shitter, Google something. Interesting facts, whatever, that's what I do. So this time around, you mentioned Disney. We talked about the giant acquisition that Disney took over and bought fucking Fox. So I thought it was only right to give you guys some interesting facts on this edition of Higher Learning about Disney. So here's what I learned about Disney while I was stoned. All right, first fact for you. The Lion King. I know you guys have probably already heard about this, but The Lion King is very well a ripoff from a Japanese film called Kimba the White Lion. Kimba was Simba, basically. He had an evil uncle that was trying to kill him after murdering his father. I mean, and it came out years before The Lion King.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Check it out.
Bastards.
Yeah. Google Kimba the White Lion and you'll hear all about it. So, by the way, this is not fun facts about this. This is interesting.
Exposing
yeah, exactly. You're fucked. I thought this was kind of cool, though. Walt Disney was a secret FBI informant against communism. So during the Cold War, Walt Disney collaborated with the FBI, and he was like helping combat the communist movement. He co-founded the preservation. The Motion Picture Alliance for the preservation of documentation.
I thought he was a
films, all
damn
that
spy. So I'm like, what?
No, well, he did say he was an informer against activists. So maybe he was just kind of like, hey, you're an activist. Who knows? Against communists. Excuse me, not activists. Communists. Yeah. But Walt Disney did have some dark history. Did you guys know Walt Disney or Disney was sued after The Lion King for defamation of character by a group that was sympathetic to hyenas.
I mean, because they made the hyena look dumb.
They sued, they sued Disney. They sued Disney for defamation of character against hyenas for the ways they portrayed hyenas during The Lion King.
That's horrible.
Oh, okay. Hyenas aren't to be fucked with, bro. They will fuck your day.
Right?
And they do it in packs. Always. Yeah. They always in packs. There's always 30 of them that will just fuck your life up. Yeah. I wouldn't fuck with no hyenas.
And they just like pick at you. They just wait and just wear you down. Hyenas are fucked up.
They laugh at you.
Yeah. The Beatles broke up officially at Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Happiest
for all you music lovers.
What, after the fireworks, they were like, you know what? I don't think this is going to work anymore.
Yep. December 29, 1974, John Lennon was the last member to sign the final, paperwork that disbanded the Beatles at Disney World. How about that?
Wow, that's crazy. Well, at least they got to have a good time.
Yeah. Disney rejected women's applications back in the 1930s for being women. In 1938, Mary Ford applied to be a part of Disney's animation department when she was denied the job because women, quote, women do not do any of the creative work in connection with preparing the cartoons for the screen, as the task is performed entirely by young men. Wow. So Disney was very sexist. Everybody knows they were very anti-Semitic as well. The voice actress of Snow White, right, one of the most iconic characters in Disney, was only paid $970 for her services and barely made a penny ever after.
Wow.
Because the voice was so iconic, she refused to taint the character's voice by doing any other work after.
You didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Like, what are you saving? Just the image of it, I guess?
Adriana Caselotti. That's the actress's name. Here's a fact that some people may or may not have known, but the Toy Story characters at the Disneyland parks, they used to fall down on the ground whenever somebody screamed, oh my God, whenever somebody screamed, here comes Andy, all the characters in the Disney World park would throw themselves on the ground and freeze.
That's crazy.
As a crazy effect. But because douchebags learned about it got around, they started overdoing it, and they stopped.
Yeah, they stopped.
So they got ruined. People at Disneyland, apparently there used to be a ride in the 60s called the Matterhorn. 2 people were killed on this ride. A 15-year-old stood up and was crushed under the tracks and thrown out. And in 1984, a 48-year-old man who wasn't wearing his seatbelt was thrown and subsequently crushed under the ride as well.
Natural selection.
Can't get too mad at that.
That's like Final Destination type stuff.
Why would you stand up on a roller coaster?
Because you're dumb and you're supposed to die.
Right.
That's why. You're dumb. Fucking retard people. I'm sorry. I shouldn't use that word.
That's crazy. One. I don't know if you got any more. You got any more to that?
I got one last one for you. 35 Disney employees have been arrested for sex crimes. It doesn't seem like a lot in 10 years, but in 10 years, 35 Disney employees have been arrested for things like child prostitution, child pornography, and further ranging things.
Happiest place on earth.
Yeah. Just a little bit of shit to ruin your dreams about Disney.
While you're eating at the next buffet or hugging Mickey Mouse, he could be a fucking diddler. I'm just kidding.
Courtesy of the Podheads. Don't sue us.
Don't sue us. One thing that I was watching, there was this conspiracy about Walt Disney was that Walt, whenever he died, he didn't actually die. He was supposedly
cryogenically frozen.
Cryogenically frozen. So whenever you go like to search Disney Frozen or Frozen Disney, Walt Disney, you get Disney's Frozen. That's why they made the movie to cover up Disney's Frozen. So that way, if you did search that up on Google, the first thing you would see would be just a bunch of pictures of.
That's a crazy conspiracy.
So it's crazy, and I don't know if it's true, but it'd be cool to 100 years down the line, Walt Disney comes back out, like, I'm back, bitches, like
the Jews own everything. What's going on? He's just fucking racist. He'll die of a heart attack as soon as it comes out. Who owns the company now? Anyway, well, that's it. That's your higher learning, and that's a show, guys. Hashtag higher learning, hashtag the Podheads. Guys, don't forget to follow us all over social media. We're talking YouTube. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, show some love. We'll show it right back. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Look out for GCW. March 29th, we're going to be there. Sorry. Also, check out bigger and better things coming from the Podheads. We got a lot going on. Check out Care Beyond, their company, CBD, that we fuck with heavy. You should check them out. Google that shit, or just go to carebeyond.com/thepodheads to find more information. You can get a free sample. You never know. We'll have some commercials. Bigger things coming, but we're just in the startup on that. Anyway, I'm at Podhead Frank. Make sure you follow all over social media. Show some love. I'll show it right back. Kicking it to JB.
That's right. Thank you. Podheads JB on all social media platforms, specifically on Instagram. That's my new shit. I wanted to also give a shout out to GCW and a shout out to Care Beyond, because just like Frank the Tank said, we are up and coming. We're going to do big things with them. And a shout out to you, our fans. If you're watching, you're listening, thank you very much. The reason we're here is because of you. So keep liking, keep commenting, keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep all of that, because we're going to make it because of y'all. So thank you very much, y'all.
See, Mizzle.
This fucking JB doesn't even give me an introduction, this motherfucker. I'm chopped liver, but yeah, this is making C money here in the Cypher with my best buds. Always a good time, guys. It's always a great time in the Cypher. I'm fucking brain farting here because I'm baked. It's late. We got to go to bed, but GCW, check it out. I may even be there. Surprise. It's going to be a great time. And Care Beyond, of course, /the Podheads. Get a free sample. Try some CBD. Who the fuck knows? I need to get on this shit because I need to sleep. But it's always fun, guys. K-Strad, take us out, please.
Awesome. Yeah, so K-Strad B, follow me on Instagram. Also, check out my Twitch at Tank2, the number 2, FIV. Check out my video game segments, all my streams and such. So, but yeah, GCW is going to be fun. We're all going to be there. Go and check us out. Make sure you bring an appetite and some good money, because you're going to get some good food out of there, too. And, we're going to have time. Enjoy, time with the wrestlers and such. So, it's always a great time. But remember, subscribe, like, share, tell your friends, uncles, brothers, sisters, everybody about us. We only grow because of you. And again, we'll share the love if you share it back. So, thank you guys. Frank.
Yes, sir. That's a wrap, gentlemen. We do this as we always do. We appreciate the love. Stay looking out for us. Big things coming here on the Podheads. Yeah.
Yeah. Peace.
I don't know what this was.